Hello there, welcome to Night Sky Wisdom and Tarot. I'm Alex and I'm here to bring you your Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, North Node general energy reading. Welcome cross watchers as well. I'm going to do a 7-card horseshoe spread to give you your general energies, obstacles, a little sneak peek into what you can expect if you don't make any adjustments, which you could expect for the outcome. Please make sure to drop a like. Oh, my ring. Please make sure to drop a like on my channel. It really helps me with the algorithm and it's always greatly appreciated. And if you feel like I resonate with you, please don't hesitate to subscribe and turn on the notification bell so you know when I update or post more videos. Okay, so let's see, Gemini, what's going on with you guys? And I'll adjust the placement when I finish, just to make sure you guys can see everything. I hope everyone's having a great week. Oops. I just need one card at a time, please, Spirit, for a 7-card horseshoe spread for Gemini. Listen here. Please make it plain. I need clear messages for Gemini. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus in North Node. Please, Spirit. Let's try them. I feel them coming. I feel the energy. Let's see. Spirit. I need 3 more cards, Spirit. I need 1 more card, Spirit. 1 more card. Okay. So here we go. Okay. What do we have here? Now give me 1 second to look over these energies. Okay. So, let's see. Gemini, what do we have going on right now? Well, looks like you recently gained some clarity about a situation that you were in, either through something you saw or from actual intuitive hits from Spirit. Either way, you came out of a state of either thinking something was going one way and it switched up on you, or discovering some information that made you have to reconsider some things in your life, Gemini. And I do, for those of you who are already following me, y'all know I have issues with this doggone autofocus on this camera. But this is basically the Ace of Swords. So, right now it has you in King of Cups energy. So you're really trying to grasp a hold of your emotions based off of what you found out, based off of the epiphany that you had in the recent past, and you're successfully doing so. I see you in a place of either being very established, Gemini, or trying to build yourself up into an established position in life. And you're really trying to understand, get a better hold on your emotions and tap more into your intuition. I think that because you are, or you have matured so much in that aspect, whatever information came into you is not necessarily, it's not necessarily throwing you into a tumultuous state internally, even though whatever clarity you did receive is something that's pretty major. It requires you to make some pretty major decisions in your life. But you're doing it with grace, Gemini. You're doing it with class. You're doing it with elegance. Not so much to portray like everything is perfect to the outside world. You just really have a better understanding about alchemizing those feelings and those energies. I do see in the near future you experiencing this Ten of Wands energy. So as a result of this information and these changes that are taking place in your life, you do have to decide what burdens you're going to lay down, because right now it's too much for you to bear on your own. Even if you feel like you can manage it, Gemini, something needs to be set down. You're overweighing your load, trying to handle more than what's meant for you to handle. And maybe because you're in such a centered place, even though you have a lot going on, you're carrying more than your share of the emotional burden, or more your share of the actual physical responsibility, simply because people perceive you to be so much in control and stable that they confuse that with things being easy. Spirit says just because you're able to manage it doesn't mean that you have to keep taking things on. And people around you need to be made aware that just because you're able to manage it doesn't mean that the load isn't heavy and difficult. But all they see is this awakened, enlightened Gemini handling this load, so they keep giving you more and more to carry. I think you're finally coming into a realization that that is not emotional stability, and being able to handle things doesn't mean that you should overburden yourself in such a way, if that makes sense. And so that's why the energy available to you right now is the Six of Wands energy. Spirit is saying to you, you are fully supported and moving away from some of these things that cause you this stress and this overload and this burden. In the Six of Wands card, you see they're surrounded by the sea. You see how rocky the waves are. You'll see it if my camera focuses. You see how rocky the waves are. But you also see these birds guiding the ship by almost like a string. This is very much your intuition and your inner knowing, and letting that guide you into calmer waters. So you know that you're carrying too much right now. You do. Spirit's saying it's okay to let some of that stuff go, to leave it where it is, to leave it behind, to walk away from it. It's also showing you and surrounding you with more people that are willing to participate in an equal exchange of energy. Six of Pentacles. So I think the epiphany that you're having is that you have engaged in too many of these situations, and where you're dealing with Six of Pentacles in reverse energy. Basically, you know, you're doing all the giving and someone else was doing all the taking in the past, and it left you with a lot of burdens. They knew you can handle it, so they just continue to let you handle it, to take advantage of your strength, to overly rely on you to manage the burden of everything. Now you're being surrounded by opportunities, individuals, and energies that provide that equal give and take, and you're realizing that the burdens that you have bore in the past, the burdens that you bear, you're free to put some of those down. It's almost like you're being rewarded for your willingness to be more concerned about others than you were for yourself, for your desire or your concern with the greater good over your individual needs. Spirit isn't saying that this is how things should continue to be, but your willingness to do it for the greater good is being rewarded. And those who took advantage of that, well, they're not necessarily being punished, but now they have to start learning how to carry their own loads, Gemini. And they're going to feel the weight of it. And some of them may feel like it's a punishment when in actuality it's actually them fairly shouldering the weight that they should have been shouldering in the first place. It's there to strengthen them. You've been strengthened now. You can carry all of these 10 wands just fine. Your endurance has built up. Your muscle strength has built up. Now you need to hand some of these wands over and let some of these other people do some of this weightlifting so that they can, in a sense, strengthen themselves spiritually to be able to carry this weight as well and get to their rewards. But now is a time for you to rest and receive, and it's a time for them to carry and to, in a sense, get their weight up, Gemini. Now, the obstacle for you could be maybe feeling some guilt. It's like the wheel card is in the obstacle position. The wheel is very much a karmic card. It's going to turn. Things are going to shift anyway because it is basically, it's already been done. It's already been written. And there's a shift occurring. And I get that you're actually enjoying this shift. You're experiencing pure joy and a lightheartedness and a weight being lifted. Look at this image on top of the wheel, but you feel guilty about that even though you shouldn't. So you're allowing the wheel to kind of crush you and that you can't fully enjoy the transition because you're so concerned about what that means for the people that are being left behind. But Gemini, that is just as, everything's a cycle. Everything's a circle. Everyone has to bear their fair share, whatever the universe deems as their fair share. You can't prevent pain for everybody around you by continuing to be the one to take the brunt of it. So I'm getting, this is for my Geminis that are constantly givers, and it almost doesn't feel right to you to be in such a state of abundance and receive and being ready to receive. And now it feels like you're easily receiving all these things, and all these other people now are carrying this burden, and you feel like it's not fair to them, but you're not even taking into consideration all this weight you just carried on their behalf. If you continue on this path, though, and allow these changes to occur and allow yourself to be blessed and to enjoy the blessings and allow people to actually, you can't shield everybody, to allow them to experience the hardships that they need to experience in order to strengthen their resolve and to strengthen their connection with spirit. You, my dear, are granted with temperance, which is balance, the ability to alchemize, the ability to manifest, to be at peace with yourself and the world. That doesn't mean you control everyone around you. That means that you're kind of in a space where you understand people are who they are going to be, but that doesn't necessarily affect your value or your abilities. You're at a place of peace as a result of all of this. Allow the universe to do its work. Let's do a little bit of clarification, but this seems like a pretty straightforward message. I've got to get this situated. My apologies for this blurriness, okay? I don't know what to do. I think I changed the setting by accident. Come on, you want to adjust. And I can't figure out what it was, so anyway. So let's clarify this energy. We're going to clarify the epiphany, like what brought you into this state of understanding, Gemini. Let's clarify this Ace of Swords. Let's clarify this Ace of Swords, Gemini. Okay. Spirit, can I get clarification? Page of Wands. Eight of Wands. Are we talkative? Seven of Wands. This is a lot of action, a lot of motion. I think what you realize is that the more you took on, the more people started to identify you as a person responsible for their feelings, for their emotions, for their stability. It's like the more you became the rock, the more people came at you. As soon as something happened, you became the solution. You were the first thought. You were intuitively the first person they thought of to solve the problem, to carry the weight, to carry the wands. And they hesitated not 1 second to aim all of their weight of their traumas and their burdens or their problems on you. And it got to the point where you really had to start protecting your energy and saying, wait, slow down. I can't take all of this, and I have my own life to live. I have my own issues to address. I have my own burdens to bear. You really had to stand up, because it's like some people by nature are always takers. I equate it to those people who, if you are a very perceptive person, you notice every subtle way that this shows, right? And sometimes it sneaks in the most little minute ways. But for example, the type of people who have access to the internet, I know this sounds crazy, but bear with me. They have access to the internet, right? But instead of them using the internet to find an answer to a common question or a simple question that has a simple answer, they call you to have you do the research for them. Could you look into this for me? Because I really don't know the answer. Or could somebody tell me how to blah, blah, blah. It's like they can't use Google, but they want you to detail it out, type it up. Blah, blah, blah. Like it's like from first glance, it seems like a minor request. It doesn't seem like that big of a deal. But when they repeatedly operate in that way, I'm sorry, guys, it spills over into everything they do, to the point where they're never seeking their own solutions. They're never trying to be their own problem solvers. They're always looking for someone else to fill in the blanks, and it becomes problematic. And if you're always that someone else, you have to at some point say enough is enough. Enough is enough. Let's clarify the King of Cups energy, which is you, and the energy that you give off to the world, Gemini, which is why I think people feel like you're such a anchor and a rock for them. Yeah. Eight of Works. Makes sense. But Eight of Pentacles. Woo, too many, Spirit. And that Eight of Pentacles is very much, people see how much you're willing to put in the work. They see how much knowledge you've attained from doing so much work on your own goals and your own desires. Yeah, they see you as the sun. Oh, that almost flipped, but I didn't, so I'm going to take it. They see you as the sun. They see you as happy, stable, hardworking. And someone who has a lot of resources available to them. So this could be either like money. This could just be that you know a lot. You have a lot of knowledge that you've accumulated, a lot of experience, a lot of wisdom. That last card is Seven of Cups, for those of you who can't see it because my stupid camera. But basically people see you and they don't see the struggle aspect or how much work you have to do to remain in this King of Cups and this balanced emotional energy. They just see that, like they see you and they think it comes easy, and it's not that it necessarily came easy. It's just that you did the work to balance out your life. And if these people would do the work to balance out their lives, they would have all of this accessible to them as well. But instead they see the outcome of the work you did and they want to come pull from it. Let me hold one of your cups. Let me get some of your knowledge and wisdom. Let me get a little bit of your time. Let me get a little bit of your joy and your peace. And while you're at it, let me borrow a few of your pentacles too. No longer should you or do you need to allow people that much access to you, your knowledge, your peace, your energy, your money. Ten of Wands, Spirit, please clarify this Ten of Wands. I know it's hard. You're a good person, right? You don't owe anybody your peace, though. To whom much is given, much is required. But what if you did all your giving on the front end, Gemini? Like, it's okay to take a rest. It's okay to have boundaries. You have put in the work. Ten of Wands clarified by Knight of Swords. Spirit, 2 more cards in the upright for the Lovers. Ten of Swords. Yeah, okay. So anytime you have a Ten of Swords underline a Ten of Wands, especially in your future energy, you're being told you're going to have to start being a little bit quicker to cut out things that are draining of your energy. Things that don't supplement, match, or don't meet you in the energy that you want to maintain. I got the Lovers card in the middle. This is you and your happiness, you and your peace, you and your serenity, you and your higher self. You get the point, right? Knight of Swords energy is you being very decisive, being able to quickly identify the things that threaten this energy. Even if it's an actual relationship, anything that threatens it has to go. Because what it's saying in the future is that Ten of Wands, this seems like a burden you can bear, is going to end up being that Ten of Swords, which is something that you can no longer continue to do. Now, we're already in that energy and showing you, seeing that Spirit is saying that you've got to let go of this need and this desire to be all things to all people. Just because you can doesn't mean that you should all the time. But this Ten of Swords is actually saying not only should you not continue to be that, it will drain you to the point where you won't be able to be anything to anybody, including yourself, anymore if you keep letting people take from you and disturb the balance that you've established in your own life. 1 second, Gemini. So, as your warning to stand firm in identifying those things, people, places, and things that you just don't need to entertain anymore. So what else do we need to clarify? 6 of Swords is pretty clear as the energy to move on. 6 of Pentacles, how are you going to start seeing this equal give and take surrounding you? Or how is Gemini already having this available around them? I'm just wondering if this is a person that comes in that helps you to realize how your relationships, whether romantic, friendships, family relationships, how they should look. It's almost like there's something around you setting the tone for this shift. Providing you the example, like this is what life should be like or could be like if people really reciprocated. 6 of Pentacles clarified by 4 of Swords, Ace of Cups. I definitely think this is a person Yeah, I got 2 other cards, 8 of Swords and the World. So, someone steps into your life that allows you rest, reprieve, relaxation, time to process. I don't know if they remove some of the burdens in your life, or they actually tell you, honey, if you don't sit your behind down, friend, if you don't sit your behind down, you don't have to do all of that. They provide you with love, support, wisdom, passion, Ace of Cups. Oh, this is so annoying. Yeah, they provide you with all of that, which leads you to end a cycle. It really puts you in your head because it makes you feel stuck, because it's like, this is what I've been missing. So now what do I do with this old energy that's still around me? These old people that don't make me feel like this. Like if a person, now mind you, this isn't somebody putting you in balance or making you, because codependency is not what we're talking about here, okay? What we're talking about is you being eternally balanced, so much that people overly rely on you, and someone coming in your energy who doesn't need you but wants to be around you, wants to supplement what you already have going on, wants to feed into you as much or more than what you feed into them, and that's new to you. That's very new to you. So now you're like, well, what do I do? Well, what about these other friendships? Like, I still love them, I still care about them. Or what about this other relationship? I still love them, I still care about them, but they're not feeding my spirit. Like, this person gives me renewal. This person has shown me what it's like when love is reciprocated. It's elevated me to a new space in my life, but this other energy doesn't meet that. So you feel kind of stuck, even though you're not. You're answering your own question. The more you indulge in this equal give and take energy, it kind of answers your question, but it puts you in a bind, doesn't it, Gemini? And it makes you want to fight this wheel from turning. You don't like what the wheel turning, what it looks like for the people you have to leave behind as a result. It looks wonderful for you. And even whether they deserve it or not, it looks sad for them. Empress energy. It looks sad for them. And because you're the person who you are and you love people unconditionally, it doesn't feel good, even though it brings you all of this good stuff. Ooh. Well, hold on. Too many cards. One more card for the wheel. One more card, please. There we go. Oh my goodness. This wheel turning looks really good for you. What is that? What do we have here? We have the Empress, the Three of Cups, and the Ten of Cups. I always say the Empress is not coming down off of her little cushy seat to come to anybody. People come to her because she's loving, abundant, nurturing. Being in her presence alone feels comforting. It makes you feel comforting, safe, cared for. And as much as the Empress cares for those who she is responsible for, they also feel pleasure in gifting to her by understanding all that she's worth. This is the energy, celebratory energy, reunions, celebrations, collaborations, and Ten of Cups, Gemini. I can see how that will make you feel bad by moving on from people. Now they have to carry this, and this is where you're at. I get it, but it's okay. This is not your fault. This is just something that we all have to go through. To make this more like realistic every day, what I equate this energy to is when you have a friend who is horrible with money. You're always bailing them out. You're always loaning them things, never get it back, but you know, you understand why they are the way that they are, why they have the habits they have. You have a lot of patience and compassion for them. But now you got a business that you're starting. Or maybe you just had a child or something like that. Or you're trying to buy a house. And it's like, I can't keep giving to this person. I can't, like, I love you, dear. And I'm so sad that you're going through what you're going through. I'm pulling cards for temperance right now, by the way. to clarify Temperance. I'm so sorry that you're going through what you're going through, but I have this opportunity to buy this beautiful home, and I need all of my money for that. And you feel horrible, right? It's your money. You saved it and you worked hard for it. It's the opportunity that you deserve. So it's going to bring you 10 of cups. It's going to bring you 3 of cups. It's going to put you in Empress position. But you feel bad because this person is SOL. Their usual steady out, the person they can count on to bail them out can't help them anymore. So you feel bad about it. But is that your fault? No. Are you being a bad friend by not helping them for the umpteenth time? No. Okay, so clarifying Temperance. I don't know why I did all that. You have Justice, 6 of Wands, and the Page of Cups. So definitely moving on from this energy, making fair choices about how to proceed with your life. They may not be fun, but they're fair. Will allow you to move on. Again, this is the 6 of Swords, which is double confirmation. Will allow you to move on to a more peaceful, steady place in your life. Allow you to meet opportunity where it is. Allow you to follow your heart, to follow your dreams, to follow your goals. And go into a more lighthearted, carefree space. All of this, again, clarifying Temperance. Balance. The ability to manifest. So, Gemini, in summary, you can't keep carrying everybody else's burdens just because you're good at it. You got too much pleasure to get to, too much joy, too much gifts for the universe, too many people wanting to reciprocate with you right now. Don't feel bad for moving on. So I hope this helps. Please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Until next time, my dear Geminis. Bye.